Listen, I heard a message and it's completely on fire right now. It's on fire today. And if you are here right now, this message is definitely meant for you. And what I'm hearing is it's time to delete the old version of yourself. Yes, Control, Alt, Delete. It's time to delete that version of yourself, not try to fix and change and shadow work and do all these things to it to mold it into something else. No, it's time to completely shift that reality that you've been living in. It's time to completely delete who you think you are right now, because who you are right now is not who you have to be tomorrow, who you have to be within the next hour even. Because if you keep holding on to that abandonment, that fear, that trauma, that anxiety, that depression, that is who you're going to continue to be. You have to think of yourself as a cell inside the entire universe, right? You're a cell in the body of the universe. Cells die every single day. So if you allow your old version of yourself to die, tomorrow you can become a whole different cell. Tomorrow you can become a whole different version of yourself. You can be something new. You don't have to hold on to that old version of you, because you see, when we attach ourselves to things, meaning our old selves, we continue to dwell in that energy. And you may ask me, be sitting here like, how the heck do you delete the old version of you and not be attached to, your characteristics, your beliefs that you've been attached to for a long time? That's a very valid question. You slowly release every day. It may not be an exact apoptosis, cell death. You may not be able to delete that version of you right away, but it's slowly releasing habits, beliefs, doubts, thoughts, and mindsets. Because when you start to change and shift your reality, that's when that old version of you gets deleted. When you don't react the same, when you don't respond the same, when something happens and it doesn't feel the same as it used to, that's what happens when you delete that old version of yourself and you no longer attach that to you. But when you're attached to the past, when that's your identity, of course you're not going to be able to delete that old version of yourself, right? Of course not. Of course you're not. I have this one oracle deck, and I just want to confirm the energy that we're already feeling in this space. Not really a tarot reader, but I'm a energy reader, a light reader, a feeler, a healer. We're gonna go what's on top. Surrender. I released my need to control. I release my need to control. Let's see if we can see it. I release my need to control. You need to surrender. You need to surrender. What else? We'll pull 3. Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Change. I understand nothing can grow or evolve without movement. So you need to surrender, and you need to understand that in order to delete that old version of yourself, you're going to have to accept that things are going to need to change, you need to shift, and you're going to need to start doing things a little bit differently than you already have been doing it. And on the bottom of the deck, I accept responsibility for my well-being. You have to accept. Let's see if it'll let it. You have to accept that where you are right now is of your own doing. This version of you that you're living in right now is because of you. It's because of you. Because of the decisions that you're making. Because of how you're choosing to show up. Like I said, if you were to decide and were to say, hey, I'm no longer gonna I'm no longer going to attach myself to the identity that I am this broken person, because I feel like you do that. You attach yourself to this broken individual who's been through all these things, and I get it, you know? But when you start living in the light, when you start living in the higher version of yourself, those things no longer matter. This body, your experiences no longer matter. Because when you live in the light and when you live in the spiritual plane and not just in the physical plane, because you live in both, and when you're not just identifying yourself with the physical, you understand that none of that matters and that every single thing is always changing. We know energy cannot be created nor destroyed. The universe was never created and it can never be destroyed. It's always creating, it's always unfolding. And right now, your life is unfolding. So the future is already set for you. Everything that you desire, is already mapped out for you. So the version of yourself that you desire to be is already mapped out for you. It's already existing. And that's why they say it's already existing in another realm. You know what that other realm is? It's other energy. That's what it is. It's already existing for you. You don't need to chase. It's already there. You don't need to work hard to become the version of yourself. The virgin. Words. You don't need to work hard to become the version of yourself that you already are. Isn't that crazy? You don't need to work hard to be there. You're already there. You just need to delete this version of you that's trauma-based, anxiety, all these things. Because a lot of us would be like, I have this. Well, now, yes, you do. You are that now because you're claiming it. I don't claim any of those things, even if it may be physically true about a lot of the things that we may be saying. You don't have to claim it. You can be delusional as you want to be. And I encourage you to be, because the more delusional at times that you are, it allows you to quantum leap into a new reality. What I'm hearing is that you need to walk on faith. You need to allow yourself to trust in your higher power, to trust in yourself, because right now you don't trust in the reality that's there for you already lined up. If I said that this universe, and when I say universe is God, there's no separation. There's no separation between what the universe, we are the universe. That's why a lot of us around here are saying we are God, but it's not in a way that's saying I am the benevolent one. No, because I'm not the original source. But everything that's in this universe is the same. We are all one, the same. And not being cliche, it's legit. It's like the body. Just because I have liver cells and I have kidney cells, they're still a part of my body. You get what I'm saying? You're just an individualized cell within the body of the universe. But you have to have faith that everything that you desire and the version of yourself that you see yourself being, if you see yourself not anxious, if you see yourself not depressed, if you see yourself stable, if you see yourself grounded, if you see these things for you and you're already seeing them and you finally have lifted up the veil of illusion that this version of yourself is who you are, and you finally have lifted up that veil and understand now that this is not who you truly are, then that is really who you are. What you see is what is there. What you see is what is meant to happen. You're not meant to be living in this version of reality that you're living in right now, because it's not aligned with you. Because a lot of us may be wondering, why am I feeling depressed? Why am I feeling sad? Why am I feeling this and this and that? It's because you're not aligned. Because you're not aligned with the truest version of you. When you're not living in authenticity. This message was so on fire today. I didn't even make a cup of tea right now. I was at the gym and I was like, I had left the gym and I sat out like on the little patio and I was sitting there like, the message is on fire and I gotta get back home and I gotta share this because someone needs to hear this right now. And I feel like everyone that's connected to this video, this is where you are right now, understanding that your life is unfolding and this is the message that you needed to hear. You needed to hear that your life is unfolding, that this is not your final destination. This is not your final stop. Your life will continue to unfold. And everything you desire is already for you. Everything that you desire is yours. You just got to delete this version of you and leave this version of you behind because it's time. It's been time. It's been time to delete all the spam. And that spam is that old version, those shadows. So you got to release and let go. But sometimes a lot of us are afraid to let go of that version of ourselves because we don't know who we will be. Are you afraid of that? Because if you let that version of yourself go, if you let yourself go, then you don't know who you would be anymore. Well, that's called walking on faith. That's called trusting in your intuition, trusting your gut feeling and understanding that even if I can't see it physically, but intuitively, I know I'm going to do it. That's what you have to do. You have to feel it sometimes. This is the season of feeling, not in the season of logic. I promise you right now is the season for you to start feeling more into your body, feeling more in what feels good for you. It's not about trying to logically and mentally try to figure out what's the best for you. And I'm being called to draw to let another card fly out because I feel like we need to confirm one more message. Let's check it out. Flew out fast. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. Come on now. Stop. Guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. What are you holding on to that's stagnating you from growing? And I promise you, how you grow is you release. How you grow is you release. I release your old version of you. I'm telling you, release this. Release. And when I say, and I say energy, your old self is an energy. It's a feeling. It's a belief. It's a thought. It's a mindset. It's an emotion behind everything. It's you releasing beliefs, releasing your old self. Let that ish go. I'm tired of that mother sucker. I'm tired of that old version of me keeping me in the same reality. I'm tired of that old version of me not allowing me to be in my desired reality, because if you don't release that old version of you, you're going to continue to stay in the same reality that you've been in. You can't take that self with you. You know how people always say, I can't take those people with me. You can't take that self with you. You can't take them with you. The only person that you can take with you is your new self. And the closer that self gets to the higher self is even better. Because you want to be aligned with your higher self. And what is the higher self? That is the ultimate divine power. Once you get more aligned with the higher self, you're even more stepping into the desires. You're even more stepping into your aligned reality. And I promise you, when you're aligned, you don't feel depressed. When you're aligned, you don't feel depressed. You don't feel unhappy. You don't feel uneasy, because you know that you are taken care of, because you know that everything is working out for you, because you know that everything is meant to be happening as it is, and you trust and you just flow, and you don't logically try to justify where things are happening or why you aren't doing this and not doing that. You don't question God. You don't question the universe, because you know when there's moments when you need to shift, when you need to move. You know when you need to stand still. But if you're still that old self and you aren't releasing, you're not going to know when to trust, when to move, when to feel, when to do. You're not going to know any of that. And that's why a lot of us are stuck. We're stuck. Because when you're still the same self, there's no way for you to get to that next step. There's no way for you to get to your next book. Forget a chapter, because I don't want to keep reading the same story. I don't want to keep reading the same story. And it's time for you to close that book, close that self, and time for you to rewrite your story. It's time for you to rewrite your next volume, your next book about who the heck you're going to be and what you want that version of yourself to look like. And I'm going to need you to start tailoring your beliefs, your actions, and how you show up every day to that story. And you'll slowly see that, wow, I'm a lot happier. I'm a lot lighter. I just feel so good because I'm following my intuition. I'm following what I love. I'm following what makes me feel good, because we know that when you feel good, you feel the entire universe. You feel light. You start to notice when you have people, things, and when you're in places that doesn't make you feel good, you feel depressed. You feel sad. Who wants to feel like that? Nobody. Nobody wants to feel sad. Who does? Not me. I wake up every day feeling light. In a 2 cents. Feeling the light of God and feeling the lightness in my body. Because when my body feels good, I feel light. Somebody needs to hear the message too. You need to start taking better care of your body, because when the physical body doesn't feel good, the spiritual body doesn't feel good. You need to start taking care of your gut health. Something about the gut health is not giving. Something that you eat does not make you feel high vibrational. And that's why food is important. Because when you eat better, and I always tell people, follow and listen to your body. If you know when you eat dairy that it gives you these symptoms and not positive ones, stay away from it. That's with any energy, because your new self, the new version of yourself, that also includes the physical things, not just the spiritual things. That version of yourself in your new reality doesn't even eat dairy, doesn't even maybe eat meat, doesn't even maybe eat pork. So if you're still doing these things that upset your body and you see that it's causing you digestive issues, then you need to stop doing it. Because we keep doing things that don't allow us to jump into our next versions of our lives. You have to stop torturing yourself. And you wonder why you're still stuck in the same reality. It's your actions, what you're doing on the physical and what you're doing in the spiritual. It all adds up, okay? This is crazy. This message is literally on fire, and I'm just like letting it out there. So you got to remember, like, you have to surrender to change. You have to accept responsibility for where you are right now, and you have to release. You have to do all these things. Release. Let go. Let it go. You don't have to hold on to them anymore. That old version of yourself, it's okay to let them go. And I know it's going to hurt a little bit. I know it's going to be a little hard. I know it's not easy. It's like, letting go of someone you wanted to be in your life forever. And now you got to release them. And now you got to let them go. You have to let them go. It sucks. And you never thought you would leave yourself behind. And you never thought that. But you're holding yourself back from something great. Because when you realize that I let that go, there's so much more waiting for me on the other side. the grass is greener on the other side when you step out of your old version of you, okay? So this is the message today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found some value out of this, because the message is definitely on fire, okay? I can't wait for you to really see that, like, this whole existence that you're living in right now is not even the precipice of where you're going. Like, your life is about to change. Your life is about to drastically evolve as soon as you allow yourself, your old self, to be deleted. Control, Alt, delete. It doesn't need to be fixed. It doesn't need to be changed. It needs to be unattached from the new version of you. And I'll see you guys next time. Ashe and amen.